We'll go ahead and start from the beginning, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my form and I'm gonna place it on here, and let's go ahead and apply it to the plastic trainer hand as well. Once I get this on, I'm gonna tilt it up so that it's absolutely straight. And then what we're gonna do is we need to get a consistency so that the free edge doesn't run all over the place. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna submerge my brush. I'm gonna bounce, bounce, bounce. I'm gonna tap off excess so that it kind of turns like a matte finish. And then when I set this to the surface, you're gonna notice that it doesn't run anywhere. So what I'm gonna be able to do is use the body of my brush to walk it from the top of the bead, right? Top of the bead. You can see that I'm using this part of my brush to walk it up to the corner so that it's flush. So once I have it within that parameter, then I can start to use the side of the brush just to kind of slide it into place. So whatever I choose, if I need a little bit of length, I can go ahead and kind of drag it out. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. All I'm trying to do is establish a nice guide. You can see how transparent it is. It is really just a really nice and thin tip that we're actually trying to build. And you can see from the side profile how thin it is. But you can see how everything is absolutely running like an even extension from the corner of the growth channel all the way out to the side. It doesn't tilt down, it's absolutely straight. You can see when I line the ferrule up to the sidewall how straight it is, okay? All right, so the area that we want to focus on is right here, like right here, and as the bead starts running down. So when I set the bead down, everything is going to start running, right? It's not just going to start running down straight. It's literally going to start peeling off to the side. So what I need to do is I need to bring it up, right? Either on this side or this side, and then I need to start feathering it from the corner and the front of the bead. I don't want to start dragging it from the top. Let me go ahead and explain. So if I get a bead, nice healthy bead, bounce, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I'm gonna give it a little 4 count, set it down, release, use the tip of my brush to start walking around the perimeter. You see how it starts peeling off to the sides? Then if I literally kind of grab it from the corner and focus on just these corners in the front, you see how it rounds off? You can see from like literally from this point here all the way down and through, it rounds off and down into the tip. You can see from the side profile, like if there is a little bit of space, all I would really have to do is use the tip of my brush at this point and kind of drag through. And you can see how nice and tight it gets right through that point, right? Everything rounds off down through here, rounds off down through here, right? I don't have to touch the back end. Everything is going to level out perfect. All I have to do is kind of use the body of my brush. At this point, this has probably been about a minute, right, to start putting a little bit of pressure towards the front end of the bead. But you can see the apex. Everything is high. Everything is tucked down all around those edges, because when I start pulling, I'm pulling from this corner, and then from the front of the bead. Allow it to self-level into place by itself. Now, all that space that's left over, what we can do is we can take another bead, and again, if I decide that I wanted to take off some excess, not a big deal, because we don't really need it to self-level drastically. Like you can see, I could kind of set it backwards and drag it up into the body. And then at this point, it's really just a matter of kind of just juggling that excess down into the remaining space with this part of your brush to kind of fill in the space. All right, boom. I'm literally, all I'm doing is just walking it from side to side to make it even, right? To fill in space, boom. And as you can see, like that is going to be the easiest way for you to establish perfection through this point, and then down through here. And you can see from the side, once we fill this out and I start to use the body of my brush to kind of pull through, I'm gonna build a really, really nice, even upper arch, right? The goal is to try to build the structure in the least amount of effort, but I feel that a lot of beginners, what they end up doing, especially when they set it down, they struggle because when it's running down, what they end up doing is they either just brush it forward and pull it off the nail, or they end up trying to force it with the body of the brush, and what ends up happening is you end up getting a lot of uneven parts right through here. Allow it to flow, allow it to get to this point, allow it to kind of peel off to the side, and then what you want to be able to do is use the tip of the brush just kind of like feather right here, right? So as it comes down, bring it up, feather, feather, feather from the front, tuck it up, feather, feather, right? Round it off around these corners, and then you'll notice that everything starts to taper back in without you having to do anything. All you're gonna have to do is fill in that front end to make it even, all right? I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. It's about the fine detail that's really gonna help you guys with your acrylic application. You know, for you to be able to master it, again, you have to trust the run. You have to trust the flow. You have to let it run. You have to let it self-level, and then you have to know where to pull it so that you have the perfect edges so that it leads to the least amount of filing. And that's what's gonna save you a ton of time. I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, hit me up. Looking forward to helping you guys any way I possibly can. I really appreciate you guys tuning in for this short demonstration for nail school, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks a million. Peace.